Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to Elite Raceway. We are here with our Season 5 preseason race, here with our Tier 2 group, and looking like a really good grid for today. We do have quite a few new drivers, so we do want to welcome a few of them. For example, we have Uncle Production, we have Jammy Dodger, I'm assuming from the UK, so props to him for staying awake at this time. We also have, let me see, El Capitan. We have Zoolander, Corn on El Cob, and two more, Garon, VTech, and Luthor 10,000. There we go. Alrighty. And we, of course, have a few of our returning drivers. We are looking forward to seeing them back on the grid. A lot of them really excited and in their new cars as well. I think a few of them are, some of them are happy, some of them aren't. I know Kyle for sure isn't, but he'll definitely be looking to put that Kick Sauber on the podium. But yeah, we are here in Bahrain. We do have 15 corners on this track, 9 to the right, 6 to the left. Track length is about 5.412 kilometers. That is 3.363 miles. It is going to be, I believe, 29 laps around this track. We did see it in Tier 1. I'm pretty sure it was 29 laps. We'll double check that in a few. But yeah, for those who haven't seen, we did have our Tier 1 race on Saturday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern. I believe that is 8:30 UK time. You can go back to look back at it, and it was commentated by our chief admin. This is J-Dog. And yeah, it looked like a really interesting race from what I had seen. But we are looking forward to Tier 2. We do have Jammy Dodger reserving in the Haas today. And I believe he is going to be the first driver to actually put in a time going around that final corner, using as much battery as he can, gets the flap open and puts in a 1:30.3, which is actually a really good time right there. Let me see who is behind him. That was his teammate for today, Kovacs, with a 1:31.1. So both Haas putting in a time. And we have Paxton getting a 1:29.9. We do have quite a line of cars starting their times or putting in their times right there. Alex with a 1:28.2. Very strange seeing him this season in the Alpine, but I know a few of them were trying to adjust to them. And ooh, that is the Aston Martin of, I believe, Annie Kimbrough, losing it a little bit in turn 3 right there. Doing well to get out of the way of the cars behind him. Onto the gravel he goes. And oh, that does not look pretty. Alrighty, let's see who else is setting their time. So I know a few drivers are still adjusting to this new game. I believe from what I heard, it does benefit a lot of the drivers who use the wheel, if I'm not mistaken. But me personally, I was struggling a little bit on the controller, but a little bit of practice and I got a little bit used to it. But the times are looking really close, and we do have Uncle Production in Sector 3. Goes around the final corner. Has quite a bit of battery saved up for that straight. And puts in a 1:29.4. Puts him up to P3 at the moment. And we do have Alex's teammate for the season, Mr. Mark. I believe it was the Dutch. Oh wow, actually puts himself to with the 132 up to P12. Getting messages on the Discord. So we do have a lot of new drivers joining in, so it's always good to give them a nice warm welcome. But going back to what is happening on the track, we have Oh Mama Shah with a 130.6. That puts him up to P10. Oh, locks up a little bit right there. A little bit of a slide. Bit of a cha-cha slide right there. Let's see if anybody else is putting in a time. Paxton Man looks like he is going in for another lap. Yeah, so the track has 3 DRS zones, one on the main straight, then right before turn 4, and the other straight. And looks like Paxton Man, a little bit of a tow right there from his teammate. All the cars actually doing really well to get out of the way. So we did mention that this is a preseason race. A lot of the drivers are well aware that even though it is a preseason, it is important to follow the rules and make sure, of course, especially in qualifying, you don't impede any of the other drivers. Paxton Man on 129.2. Both Alex and Paxton Man looking like a really strong team at the moment. Yeah, so we do have, like I said, a lot of new drivers. Really nice to see them on here with us today. And hopefully we look forward to seeing them more throughout the season. And really having a good debut on their qualifying. Can't wait to see how they do in the actual race. So let's see, we have Guardians going to put in a time now. Try and keep track of everybody. And looks like Guardians is going to cross the line, puts in a 131.8, sorry, 131.1. That puts him up to P13 at the moment. And we do have the Red Bull of Garan Vitek on his outlap. Is going to see if he could get a little bit closer to Alex's time or possibly take away that pole position of his. So only 3 drivers who haven't put in a time. That is J-Dubs, Corn on El Cab, Juez. Juez is about to cross the line and it looks like he is going to get a 133.2. Puts him to P16. Still room for a bit of improvement, but of course, like I said, a lot of drivers are struggling with the new game. We do have the Kick Sauber of Kyle with a new name for this season. Isn't happy to be on the in the green car, but looks like he has improved on his first sector. And Kovacs on the live chat saying looks like the Haas might be starting side by side. It does look like that. Both of them putting in a really close time right near each other. Kyle finishing up on sector 2, looking quite solid. Is actually up by 5/10, so that goes a little bit wide right there. Doesn't validate. Still manages to get a purple second sector. Uses a bit of battery, gets a 129.3, puts him up to P4. I'll say we do also have Zoolander up by a 10th in sector 2. Does really well to not go wide right there. And oh, looks like Zoolander losing the car right there and into the wall. And that is really unfortunate as he was up on his time. And I just realized actually I made a mistake. Paxman and Alex aren't a team. I think I mentioned that a little bit earlier, but getting a little bit confused with the A and the W's. Let's see, we do have Garon Vitek about to cross the line, gets a 128.6. Not enough to take away that pole position from Alex, but still, I mean, only 4/10 away. We do have the Aston Martin of Oh Mama Shan, manages a 129.1, pushes Paxman down to P4. He gets with that P3. So we do have room on his hot lap. We'll see if he's actually up on his time in a few seconds. Does throw me off a little bit seeing everybody in their new cars. And Vroom up by 8/10. So that could put him into the top 10 if he doesn't lose the car anywhere here. He's very cautious on that last corner, has a bit of battery saved up. Can't use it, but does get the deployment of the ERS and looks like, sorry, DRS, and looks like he manages a P8 position with a 129.9. Really well done by Vroom. And we do have his teammate. Looks like he's also up on his time. Oh, goes a little bit wide. Doesn't invalidate. Impressive enough. Oh, Kovacs, if you're listening, looks like Vroom has placed himself between you and your teammate in the hassle. But looking at Luthor, looks like he did invalidate, unfortunately. And so did Mark. It looks like amongst the top 10, Uncle the production on his lap at the moment. Kovacs saying out I go. So it is really looking like an interesting grid. We have Uncle the production improving on his time. I actually put in a purple second sector, but that may have just been the game. Has a really good exit on that final corner, and looks like he is going to put in a 128.7, and that is going to push him up into P4. So really good debut in qualifying by some of these new drivers, really. We do have the Mercedes of Guardians about to cross the line. And looks like there isn't going to be any improvement there. And there does seem to be a yellow flag. I believe that is in Sector 2, but doesn't know. That may have actually be the Uncle, the production, and the McLaren running out of fuel there or getting out the way. One of those two. But we do have Alex Cargo in the Alpine, setting his lap again, trying to improve more on his time. And it looks like, no, looks like he's going to back out of that. He's going to get out of the way for the Haas right behind him. So we have multiple drivers actually putting in their time right now. And looks like the kick sauber of Kyle is up on his time by 8/10, it says. No, it looks like 1/10. There we go. So I know sometimes the game tends to glitch a little bit when it comes to switching around with the cars on spectator mode. Ooh, does really well to take that corner. That's not that part of the track is super tricky, especially with no ABS. You definitely have to make sure you don't lock up in that area. But Kyle looking really solid. I must say he's looking really good in the green. He might not be happy with that. But oh, goes a little bit wide again in the same area as last time. So I wonder if he actually lost a bit of time there. But oh, Zoolander actually putting himself into P5 at 129.1. Kyle about to cross the line. Pushes Zoolander down and manages a 128.9. So great times, really close between a lot of these drivers. We do have Mama Shan, who still has to put in who is still on his lap, and he did slow down quite a lot right there. It looks like he isn't going to, might not be able to improve after that. But Garen Vitek does have a purple second sector, and is he able to take away that pole position from Alex? He is going around the final corner. Has a bit of battery saved up, well to use that on the straight, and puts in a 128.3, a tenth away from Alex, and looks like Alex has improved a bit. Oh, a little bit of a snap right there, and does he manage to improve? He doesn't improve, but still keeps that pole position. Kick Sauber. Now, who was I looking at? I was looking at Mama Shan. Looks like he did improve. Puts himself into the second row of 128.5. And I believe we have... Yeah, it looks like that's Kovacs entering the pits. Yeah, honestly, great recovery by Sean, despite that slow entrance and exit of that corner. Alrighty, so our final grid, we have Alex Carugo starting on the pole position, followed by Garen Vitek. In the second row, we have Mama Shan. Right behind him is Paxaman, followed by Uncle Production. Well done for his first race with us. We also have in P6 the Kick Sour of Kyle, followed by Zoolander, Jammy Dodger, Vroom, El Capitan, Kovacs, and Kimbro, Luthor 10,000, J-Dubs, Guardians, Juez, Marky Mark, and Corn on el Cab. I have to get used to some of these new names, really. But but yeah, phenomenal qualifying. Very close times between a lot of them. So it looks like the championship is going to be interesting, especially the constructors. A lot of solid teams. So they do have a few minutes for those who are watching and are new to the league. If not, some of those that are listening in, especially some of the drivers that are listening in from their grid. We do have a couple minutes to make sure everybody's able to get their strategy set up, make sure everybody gets their fuels put in, change their tires, whatever they have to do. Um, Let me just make sure everybody's listening on or if there's any questions on the tier 2 chat. Nope. Alrighty. But we did see quite a mix of strategy calls in tier 1. We have had a few one stoppers. I think we saw a lot more two stoppers than anything. Uh, so it will be interesting to see what some of these drivers are going to plan for. We didn't see any safety car in tier 1, but you never know if that will happen here. So a lot of strategy calls that people have to prepare for. Oh, and looks like they are going to start anyways, but at least that was a pretty good wait time, I guess, but we'll look into that afterwards. Like I said, it is a preseason, so any errors now, we can take a lesson from them and try applying it to the actual season start. But we do have quite a mix of strategy calls. We have Alex, Omamashan, El Capitan, and Mark starting on the hards. It's quite surprising call by Alex starting on pole position on the hards. I mean, he is going to have a little bit of difficulty starting defending from the drivers behind. Paxman actually going for the softs, and it looks like that's a board breaking. I'm not exactly sure what happened there. I believe that is the... Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but a couple of the boards breaking. I guess they weren't satisfied by the sponsorships on the track. No, it looks like that was a disqualification for the bottom two. I guess Corn on the Cob had a little bit of incident with Mark. Uh, yeah, he is apologizing on the chat. No worries. We do appreciate when drivers take accountability. Uh, and I believe Corn on the Cob is learning with no traction, so big respects to him. To a lot of these drivers, actually, I believe, and Kimbrel last season was learning no traction control. Look at him today, actually starting in P12. So yeah, still everybody's still improving. And a few drivers looks like can't park on the grid and disqualifying themselves. Alrighty, so it looks like we are about to start. And is Alex going to be able to defend into the first corner from Garen Vitek? That is 5 lights, and off they go. Let's take a look at Paxman actually having a really good start. Garen Vitek losing a little bit of the car right there. And oh, I wish we had the helicopter view. There we go. A little bit of contact between a few drivers right there, but Paxman having a really good start. Oh, that is Garen Vitek losing the car right there, unfortunately. And let's see if anything's happening in the front. We do have Kovacs making a move on Zoolander. Oh, Zoolander backing out, but a little bit of contact right there with Kovacs and going a bit wide. And Jamie making a move on the inside, manages to get ahead of Zoolander right there. Vroom getting ahead of Uncle Production. So quite a lot of actioning happening. A few mistakes from a few drivers. That is J-Dubs in the wall right in the back, unfortunately. I believe he did lose his right end plate there, but going back to the front row, we do have quite a number of cars right behind each other. Oh, the Kyle having a little bit of a slip right there. Still manages to stay close right behind of Paxaman. And is he going to make the move? He is using a bit of battery right there and does go for the move and makes contact with, I believe, his pal Sean. Very unfortunate for him. Now loses his, actually no, looks like he didn't lose any end plate damage there, but does lose quite a lot of positions. And that is Vroom looking to go on the inside of the McLaren, and both of them doing really well to give each other space. Vroom choosing to back out a bit there. Oh, a bit of a lockup right there by Vroom, but still manages to break appropriately behind of the McLaren. Let's see any moves happening in the front. Yeah, so DRS is enabled now, and we do have quite a bit of a train of cars right behind of each other. Alex doing really well to extend the gap, and looks like he proved me wrong over here. Starting on the hards, has a more than 2 second gap ahead of Paxtaman. And oh, looks like Uncle the production going a bit wide right there. Zoolander went for the overtake, but the McLaren is going to get the DRS behind of Jammy. So very close driving from a lot of these drivers. That is the kick sauber of Kyle getting the move done on Vroom right behind of Uncle. And oh, it looks like, is he going to make the move? No, he backs out of that. That is yellow flags. I believe that is the Aston Martin of N. Kimbrell, aka the Hulk Kimbrell. I love his Discord. But we do have a bit of a battle between the two Haas. Jammy Dodger right behind of Kovacs. Kovacs, honestly, an underdog right now. I mean, I was not expecting him to be in the top 3 right now. Doing really well on his preseason race. And oh, looks like Broom losing quite a lot of positions. I wonder if he has any damage. No, it doesn't look like it. So it might have just been a little slip on his part. We do have the McLaren of Uncle making the move on Oh Mama Shan right now. McLaren going on the inside. He does actually have left end plate damage. Oh, Sean cutting a bit of that corner. I'm wondering if he got a track limit right there. The kick sauber of Mate Kyle picking up a 3-second penalty. So very close racing by a lot of these drivers, and looks like Omar Shan getting the position back from Zoolander. And no, that is Kyle having a spin, unfortunately, facing the wrong way. And looks like we also have a bit of a battle between Uncle and Kovacs. Kovacs actually losing quite a few positions there, and it looks like he's under pressure by the Aston Martin of Sean. Oh, a bit of contact right there, but looks like no harm, no foul. Sean does have the Mercedes of Zoolander right on his tail. And oh, it was Kovacs trying to go for the inside move. Uh, might not have been the best move, but he is going to get the DRS off of the McLaren. Doesn't have a lot of battery to attack, but looks like he is going to go for the move. No, he chooses to back out, which is actually probably a really good idea. He is going to get the DRS on this next upcoming straight, but slows down quite a bit and loses quite a bit of time behind Uncle. You also have Corn on El Cobb picking up a 3-second penalty. Honestly, this is a very, this is a really good race to watch. A lot of action happening and a few mistakes here and there, but of course, nothing intentional, which is always great to see. So Zoolander still staying right behind of Kovacs. J-Dubs now joining the penalty party, picking up a 3-second penalty as well. They did say track limits was going to play a part in this track. And we do have Jammy Dodger making the move on Paxman on the DRS straight. Paxman giving a little bit of smoke to Onko production right there. Was a battle between Zoolander and Kovacs. Kovacs losing the car right there and now dropping down quite a lot of positions. Manages to get back onto the track safely. And looks like Anko is right on the back of Paxman there. Alex again doing a really phenomenal job keeping it consistent with those hard compounds. Has extended the gap to 8 seconds. I think what might have definitely helped him was those battles between Jammy, Paxman, and Uncle. And kick Sauber of Kyle dropping back a lot of positions there. And I'm not sure if there was contact between him and Vroom, but Vroom also having a bit of a spin. We do have Omar Mashan picking up a 3-second penalty as well. So like we said, a lot of drivers probably struggling with the new game, trying to adjust to new strategies, and I believe tire temps was also playing a part in this game as well. But looks like we are going to have a few drivers making a move. Uncle Production getting past Paxman, and we do have Omar Mashan also on the back of El Capitan. Is going to get the second DRS, but might be a bit too far back to make any move right there, and that is yellow flags for Luthor. Oh, trying to keep his car straight right there. And now Alex extending the gap to over 9 seconds now. And that is the kick Sauber of Kyle. Onto the gravel he goes. Looks like he's having a really unlucky race. He was saying how much he hated Bahrain. But we do have Uncle Production on the back of Jammy Dodger. Does have a much better tire call than Jammy there. So Jammy with 7-lap-old softs. Still keeping it consistent though. But so far, no safety car, so those tires are probably going to be feeling horrible. Uncle is going to get the flap open for the DRS, and looks like he's not going to make any move yet. Does really well to stay right behind of the Haas. Oh, Jammy going a little bit wide right there. Kick Sauber of Kyle pick up a 10-second penalty. Uncle Production doing really well to be patient, and looks like that is going to pay off. Goes for the switch back and manages to put himself into P2. He does have that penalty though. It looks like Kyle is going to retire from the session. I believe he had picked up about 20 seconds of penalties right there. So really unfortunate for him, but hopefully for the actual season, he's able to have better luck. So we do have quite a few battles happening. We have Jammy still on the back of Uncle. We also have El Capitan and Oh Mama Shan. Also including Paxtaman as well. But looks like Paxtaman is going to be the first driver to pull the trigger and enter the pits. El Capitan benefiting from that DRS from Paxtaman there to at least defend himself from Oh Mama Shan. Looks like Zoolander is also going to join Paxtaman and enter the pits as well on this lap. And oh, looks like we do have Juez right on the back of N. Kimbrough. So no move done yet, but we really want to stay right behind. And they do also have Paxtaman, who just came out of the pits with fresher tires. Is going to take a little bit of a while for those hard compounds to kick in, really. Paxtaman does get the flap open. Is he going to look for the overtake? No, looks like he's going to be patient and wait. That is a yellow flag. Not exactly sure what happened there, but Paxtaman going on the outside manages to get the pass done on Juez. And Jammy Dodger unfortunately picking up a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And now all the penalties are falling out. Vroom with the 3-second penalty there. We do have Zoolander. Oh! Not exactly sure what happened there. Zoolander and Juez having a bit of contact, and that is Juez going into the pits to change that tire. Not exactly sure what happened there. Considering it was a straight. Might have been a little bit of a misjudgment from one of the drivers, or just pure accident. Kovacs leaving the session. Let me see if I can hopefully get him back in. How much I hate having a long list of friends to play with. Let me see. Yep, I got you, Kovacs. I see you on the live chat. Yeah, there you go. Alrighty, but we do have Paxtaman right on the back of N. Kimbrough now. Is going to get the DRS behind the Aston Martin. Does get the flap open. Kovacs does join, thankfully. And Paxtaman getting the pass done on N. Kimbrough. N. Kimbrough actually defending that. And looks like Paxtaman holding back a little bit right there. We do have up ahead the McLaren of Blanco going for the medium tires now. And I think Marky Mark moving out the way for Jamie, doing really well to, I guess, deciding not to compete against that. But looking at the penalties, so quite a few drivers with 3-second penalties. We have Uncle, Mama Shan, Zoolander, Luthor, Vroom, Corn on a Cob, and J Dubs, all of them with 3-second penalties. Jamie Dodger with a 10-second penalty. Uh, so if a safety car does happen, quite a few of them are going to lose out with those penalties. Oh, Jamie Dodger going a little bit wide right there, but wonder if he got any track limit warning. But he is catching up a bit to the back of the McLaren. And we have Cornell Khan picking up another 3-second penalty right there. So it looks like this was a really great strategy call by Alex, having started on the hard compounds. But oh, we do have Sean on the back of Marky Mark. Ooh, he makes a bit of contact right there. I guess he misjudged the braking. I mean, he is following a car that has much older tires there, and unfortunately does lose out quite a bit. Paxman's right behind him. Marky Mark getting hunted down by two drivers right there. Looks like Paxman is going to go for the overtake. Zoolander being quite patient, and looks like that patience is going to pay off. He does manage to get past Marky Mark. It's a really great driving from those two, following a car with older tires there. Let's see, in the back we also have Guardians on the back of Luthor. So yes, it definitely looks like it's going to be an interesting season. Like I said, a few drivers struggling. Of course, takes a little bit of practice, takes a little bit of getting used to it, and they'll probably be back to what they were last season. Uncle the Production getting a fast lap with a 132. And we do have Zoolander going for the move on Pax the Man. Pushes himself up to P5. He does have that penalty though. And now Pax the Man picking up a 3-second penalty. So quite a number of drivers having gotten penalties. My gosh. And looks like that is a yellow flag. I don't know who that is. The car stopped on the Guardians? Yeah, it looks like that is Guardians. Ooh, trying to get control of the car. Gravel not really letting him. Quite a glitchy broadcast view from the game, but he does have West right behind him. We do have Paxton Man. Looks like he is going to does get the flap open, but he is quite far back. And oh, it looks like we do have N Kimbrough going for the move on Marky Mark. And is he going to get the DRS? He is going to get the DRS and manages to stay right ahead of Mark. And also looks like there is a retirement on track from Coronado Cobb. Just a big reminder, especially to the new drivers, that retiring on track isn't allowed, just to avoid any yellow flags or anything such as that. So yeah, so of course, like I said, preseason is an important race because it does help us to see what needs to be improved or what needs to be changed. But of course, I do know that he's also learning with no traction control, so big respects to him as well. Looks like we only really have 2 battles happening at the moment. A few drivers who have still yet to pit, the front 2. We have Paxton still on the back of Zoolander. Zoolander actually doing well to extend that gap. And looks like he is probably going to push him out of the second DRS. Yeah, so it looks like Paxton doesn't get the DRS there, and Zoolander stays ahead. We do have Marky Mark on the back of N Kimbrough. Has quite a bit of battery left in his tank, and is he going to make the move before the corner? Decides to go on the inside. Oh! Has unfortunately a lockup, and oh my god. I've seen that quite a number of times, especially in Division 2 of Novices, so my gosh, very unfortunate for Marky Mark, who was definitely competing right there against N Kimbrough. But I don't think N Kimbrough lost anything from that. And oh, it looks like that's Kovacs into the wall right there. Does a really nice 360 spin. So a lot of drivers doing really well. Of course, just unlucky. Alex now having pit into the medium tires. So El Capitan right behind him. But looks like Alex doing really well in this race. El Capitan still needs to pit. So phenomenal, again, phenomenal race by some of these ERA rookies on their first debut here with us. El Capitan, Uncle Production, Jamie Dodger, all 3 of them new drivers in P2, P3, P4 at the moment. And it looks like we do have Kovacs going into the pits now, going to the hard compounds. It looks like we have Room right on the back of N Kimbrough. Room does have that penalty. We'll take a look again. And oh, it looks like actually no. For a second, I thought El Capitan lost it for a second, but no, he is going into the pits now. Looks like he is going to come out right ahead still of of Zoolander and Mama Shan. Luthor unfortunately picking up a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So it looks like the closest battle we have here, we do have room still on the back of N. Kimbrel. Is going to get the second DRS here, but is quite far back to make any move. I believe Guardians is actually closing in on Marky Mark and goes a little bit wide right there, and Mark is going to stay ahead. Oh, Mark having a bit of a snap right there. Sean now picking up a 3-second penalty there. And Mark goes wide, and looks like Guardians is going to take advantage of that. And on top of that, he does have the DRS to stay ahead. And now Sean picking up a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane is going to retire from the session. Yeah, very unfortunate for him. Again, this is preseason, so still room for improvement. We do have a week left before the actual season start. Looks like Mark is going to get the DRS off of Guardians. Is quite far back to make any move. But he is going to have another chance again in this next upcoming DRS. And oh, it looks like we do have room going for the move on N. Kimbrel. I think N. Kimbrel made a bit of a mistake because there was still a bit of a gap between those two. But looks like Mark isn't going to make any move on Guardians. Alex picking up the fastest lap with a 131.9. J-Dub's retiring in the pits as well. Yeah, I think a lot of drivers are fed up with with the new game. It's a good game, but of course it does take a bit of being able to adapt to it. And looks like we do have Jamie actually going for the pits. Alrighty, and looks like we do have N. Kimbrel going for the move on Vroom. Goes for the inside. Does really well to take that corner and stays ahead. Vroom is going to get the DRS on that second straight. So yeah, so it looks like these two are going to be our, our main battles for these. We do have 9 laps left, including this one. Alex managing to get, again, the fastest lap. So just to go over the penalties again. So it looks like the only driver... Well, actually, no. N. Kimbrel can actually try at least keeping close to that 3-second penalty of Jamie. And he also does have Vroom right behind him with a penalty as well. So Kimbrough does find himself in a pretty good spot at the moment, and Guardians as well, staying close behind of the 13 seconds of Luthor and Marky Mark as well, I believe, if my math is mathing. But it looks like Vroom is going to go for the overtake on Kimbrough. Ooh, Kimbrough looking to defend the inside. Whew, phenomenal side by side between these two drivers. And who actually got the DRS? Looks like that is Kimbrough with the DRS. And oh, overshoots the corner, and looks like Vroom expected that. So Vroom now staying ahead of Kimbrough there. And no, Kimbrough now picking up a 3-second penalty, going for the inside move. And that is contact, and oh, very unfortunate for Kimbrough. So has lost his left end play and has lost the position of the top 10. Honestly, if I was him, I probably would have been a little bit patient and just stayed close with Vroom and kind of just let him pull you with the DRS. But honestly, that was some phenomenal racing there for a few corners. Looks like we do have El Capitan getting the pass on Anko, who's actually coming out of the pits. So let's see. He went for the soft tires now. So again, he does have that 3-second penalty, but he can secure still a podium. So I'll take a look at how many stops everybody did. So it looks like front two went for a 1-stopper. Uncle, Paxaman, Zoolander, and Jamie, along with Lutar and Kovacs, those drivers going for the 2-stopper. So yeah, like I said, quite a mix of strategy calls, and let's take a look at how many position changes have occurred. El Capitan actually up 8 positions, so phenomenal performance by him today. Uncle up 2 positions, Paxaman staying in the same position he started in. Looks like that is Guardians there in Sector 1 having a spin there. Whoa, struggling a little bit to get back onto the track. He does have Kovacs and whew! Well, thank goodness coasting is enabled. Jeez. My goodness. And Marky Mark up 8 positions. Quest up 5. And Luthor actually up 5. So a great race by those drivers today. Well, looks like with the soft compounds, Uncle production in the McLaren has caught up to El Capitan. And we do have the 2 Ferraris right behind of each other. And let's see, Luthor is going to get the DRS off of his teammate. Both actually on equal batteries, so both of them really defending hard. Anko looks like he's going to make the move on El Capitan. So there are 6 laps remaining. So it will be interesting to see if Anko is able to pull a 3-second gap ahead of El Capitan. Is Guardians retiring on the in the pit lane. And so El Capitan is going to get the DRS, but unfortunately not enough to make any move on Anko. Looks like Luthor on the back of, still on the back of his teammate. And is he going to make the move before the final corner there? No, he's going to wait, which actually might not be a bad idea to get that DRS now. Oh, looks like oh man, that's very unfortunate for Luthor. That was a great Interesting battle between the two Ferraris. Looks like he lost it there in the trying to keep the car straight. So we have seen quite a few drivers struggling today. And interestingly enough, Uncle now almost a second and a half ahead of El Capitan. So again, like I said, he does have that 3 second penalty, so he does want to extend that. And Alex having doing a bit of time trials today. But again, like I said, he did have a great strategy call, I think, with choosing the hard compounds as a starter. And looks like his bet paid off. There was no safety car, and he was able to take those hard compounds to quite a number of laps. El Capitan now dropping back a bit behind of Anko production. So almost reaching that 3 second gap. He is hanging on a thread right there. Looks like he did have a bit of a trouble right there in that exit and has now 3 seconds behind of Aqua Production. Alex picking up a 3 second penalty now, but it looks like that is definitely not going to affect his race. Yeah, I think what definitely helped Alex there today as well was the battles from the drivers behind. A few of them battling each other, slowing each other down, and that helping Alex to extend his gap ahead of them. So now El Capitan almost 3.5 seconds behind of Uncle. Looks like Vroom actually had gone for the one stop, doing really well to handle those 17 lap old hard compounds. So only 4 laps remaining, including this one. And we do have Jammy Dodger picking up a 3 second penalty. I believe that was another 3 seconds. So yep, that's 6 seconds in total. And oh, it looks like Aqua Production also has the help of the ghosted car of Juez, who he is lapping at the moment. He is going to get the DRS to pull him ahead of El Capitan and continue to extend that gap. But yeah, Matuzak, yeah, absolute domination by Alex. It was a really interesting race, a lot of battles, and yeah, Alex was just able to pull away while they battled each other out in the right behind them. Looks like Zoolander is trying to close that gap, so he does have Paxman with a 6 second penalty right ahead of him. Zoolander right there on the gap. He just needs 3 seconds to be behind of Paxman. Less than 3 seconds actually. It looks like Zoolander doing really well to save the battery as well, which might make it interesting at the end to see how much he's able to catch up to Paxman. It looks like Uncle as well doing really well to extend that gap, over 5 seconds ahead of Uncle. And yep, Benny Tony, Alex is tier 2 full time. Uh, I will say, if you haven't seen the full race, don't take those 24 seconds of his gap uh, seriously. Uh, there were quite a few drivers right behind him battling each other out. Uh, Alex was able to extend that gap, and honestly, like I said, he did a really great strategy call starting on the hards from pole position. And very unfortunate for some of the drivers behind him, like Garon VTech, who I think would have been up there competing against him. Not exactly sure what happened, but I guess he did touch the gravel and just had a bit of a spin, and unfortunately that just discouraged him. And we also have quite a few of our other fast drivers like Omama Shan and Kicks and the Kick Sauber of Alex, just having a really unlucky race today. Now looking at the penalties, so Luthor has 16 seconds of penalties. Kovacs just needs to try eating up 3 seconds behind them. But take a look at their tires. They are on equal tires there. And Paxman actually dropping back quite a bit behind of El Capitan as well. I'm gonna have to give an award to the drivers who didn't get a penalty. El Capitan, Kovacs, and Marky Mark. I hope I don't jinx you guys in the final laps, but great job not picking up a penalty at the moment. And see, now the game wants to give me a nice helicopter view of the S's in Sector 2. Or Sector 1, sorry. Oh, Alex going a little bit wide right there. It is now starting the final lap of the preseason race today. It looks like Kovacs is dropping back a little bit from Luthor there, so at least he is going to secure a top 10 position. And actually, looks like Zoolander has closed that gap behind of Paxman. Did exit that corner a little bit slower than usual, but is within those 3 seconds of Paxman's penalty there. And if he keeps it like this, he can probably secure a P4 position. And we do have Alex going around the final sector here on the final corner. And so Alex Cargo going for the win for the preseason race today. And we do have the McLaren of Onco Production crossing as well. Big congrats on his debut today with us, as well as Capitan, who's going around the final corner. Also, another driver going for their debut today, and he manages a podium. And so Zoolander right on the edge of that penalty gap, and ooh, looks like he isn't, or he is actually, gets it right on that final straight, manages to catch Paxaman, and puts himself into P4. And then the two Ferrari drivers finishing right behind of each other. Great to see. And that is our preseason race today with Tier 2. So we'll go over the final grid in a few seconds. Big congratulations to the top 3 there. Alrighty, so we have Alex Cargo with the win today. Also picks up the fastest lap with a 130.9. Sharing the podium with him is Onco Production in the McLaren today and El Capitan in the V-Carb. Both of them 2 new drivers, as I mentioned before. Phenomenal job by them today. We also have another new driver, Zoolander, here with us this season. Manages a P4. Big congratulations to him as well. We also have in P5 Paxaman, P6 Jammy Dodger, another new driver. Phenomenal racing by these guys. Vroom in P7, Luthor P8, also another driver as well. Kovacs P9 and Kimbrough P10. And we also have P11 Marky Mark, P12 Juez, P13 Guardians, P14. Actually, sorry, P13 to P18. Unfortunately, DNFing from the race. Have to change my contacts. My God. But great to see the new drivers. All of them, I believe, managed to be in the top 10. Phenomenal racing by these guys, and honestly looking forward to the new season. Of course, a few things that might have to be addressed. And of course, a couple things that just need a little bit of tidying up on track and off the track as well. But yeah, we're looking forward to the new season. A few of the full-time drivers weren't able to make it today, so we had quite a bit of reserves. So we are looking forward to seeing them next week in Austria. We'll be opening the season with Austria and with Tier 2. But before that, we also have our no assist divisions. So we have our Division 1 here tonight with us at 9 p.m. So in about an hour and 20. Yeah, it'll be our Division 1 no assist. And on Wednesday night, we also have our Division 2 no assist group. So that is a new group with us this season. So we are definitely looking forward to those 2 races. Division 1 tonight will be hosted again by me, La Rodri. So stay tuned. Make sure you like and subscribe the channels, and that way you'll get a notification when we're live. But yeah, great racing by these guys. Can't wait for the new season. And everybody, thank you for watching, and we'll catch you guys